On this episode, I'm going to show you how you can get the best computer for your budget. Stay tuned. The key to getting a great computer, understanding what you're going to use, software-wise, hardware-wise, and what are you going to use it for. That's a really critical step that is really important before even purchasing a computer. What you need to do is you need to know the software that you're going to use, like whether it's just Microsoft Office or just the internet, or maybe you're a photographer or a video editor and you need something a bit faster performance-wise, something that's going to be able to do all the tasks that you want it to do. Video editing requires a lot of memory and processing power and storage. If you're a photographer, you're going to be using applications like Photoshop or Lightroom, or maybe you're a video editor and you might use Premiere Pro or Sony Vegas or something like that. You're going to need the tools that are going to do the job properly, not some low-end PC. A lot of the times I see some of my clients going to buy a brand new PC and some of them don't even know what they're going to use it for. They don't even think about the things that you're going to use properly. You need to figure all of these things out before you even go to a retail store or a computer store to then buy a PC. And the reason why I say that is because the person at the retail store, they'll ask you a couple of questions and then they'll give you a PC. No questions asked, they'll just sell you something that they think might fit. But if the specs aren't right and the software doesn't match, then it's not going to work at all. So you really need to do your research first. What I suggest you do is go onto Google and look at any application that you use and Google the application and system requirements. And what it'll do is it'll tell you what specs are needed for your software to work properly. It might need a graphics card, it might need a sound card, it might need huge amounts of memory, it might need heaps of storage space or better processing power. More performance the better. You need to look at all those things and it'll give you a spec on the minimum spec and the recommended spec. Now the minimum spec will allow the PC to do what it's allowed to do, but it'll be slow, it'll be sluggish, it won't do the job properly. You need to look at the recommended spec and then match the hardware that you're going to purchase for the new machine to the spec of the recommended spec for the application. You might use multiple applications at once. You might have Office, you might have Photoshop or Vegas or Premiere Pro, you might have all of those open at once. But the computer's only going to be able to perform to a certain level. So you really need to figure out the software first. Once you have the understanding of the software, match the spec for a new machine. You might even have to go custom. But once you go custom, you'll get something decent. It'll usually last a lot longer because it's built better. It's not using standard components. It'll be using higher performance, quality components, and you'll get a decent PC. It doesn't matter whether it's a desktop, a laptop, or a tablet, PC or Mac. All of those things really count. You need to figure out the software first, then match it to a particular hardware, and then go out and buy the PC. I hope you enjoyed those tips. Please subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.